got a beat from Kim, and she can fuck all night.
Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Chiefs Rays Bolts here, coming at you with the Week 10 recap. Can you even believe it? We're already 10 weeks through the 2022 season. It feels like it just started. It feels like the season's gone by really quickly, and we're already past the halfway point, which is insane if you can believe that. But let's get into this one. The Chiefs, they play the Jaguars. They've struggled so far against AFC South teams. And like I said in my Titans recap, I'll say it again. The Chiefs against the Titans in their last 5 prior to last week in the regular season were 0-5. They were on a 5-game losing streak when it came to playing the Titans in the regular season. As for the Jaguars, this is now the 6th straight regular season game. Just the 6th straight game in general, I suppose, that the Chiefs have beaten the Jaguars. They seem to be the one AFC South team that the Chiefs don't really struggle against. The Chiefs, they never beat the Colts. The Colts, I believe, the Chiefs were 0-5 in the last 5 regular season games against the Colts. Texans, I think, were 3-2, but the point is, listen, it's AFC South teams. The Jaguars, they're the only AFC South team that don't really give the Chiefs a whole lot of fits when we play them. The Chiefs win this one 27-17. The Jaguars aren't a bad team this year. The record is iffy, yeah, I know, but you gotta look at the positives. Doug Peterson is so much better than Urban Meyer, and Doug Peterson, look, a guy mentored for a long time by Andy Reid, a part of the Andy Reid coaching tree, so he has had a lot of success. It was a Super Bowl 52 win with the Eagles. Listen, Doug Peterson, he's a successful coach. He's already proven that he's positively changing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Record isn't showing it right now, but the Jaguars have had some close games, and they've had games that have been complete blowouts. Look at the Chargers game early in the season. They absolutely manhandled the Chargers in SoFi Stadium. So the Jaguars have had their moments. They're one of the worst red zone scoring teams in the league, so that certainly doesn't help. But the Jaguars I see being a team with a lot of potential in the years to come. So they're not a bad team by any means. You knew it was going to be a little bit of a challenge for the Chiefs. So to start the game, the Chiefs won the coin toss. They elected to receive. So what did Doug Peterson craft up for this? Well, he crafted up an onside kick, and nobody saw it coming because the Jaguars recovered it. They recovered the onside kick to start the game. This is something we don't see very often in the NFL at all, but it happened here, and it was successful. The crazy thing, though, is that the drive only lasted 2 minutes and 11 seconds. They gained 15 yards on 5 plays. So they recovered at midfield the onside kick. They didn't even get 3 points out of this. They didn't even get 3 points out of it. They got up to the KC 39 and elected to punt. I guess they just don't trust their kicker. The Chiefs get the ball back, and they would go 71 yards downfield. They're looking like the Chiefs. They're playing well. Nearly 4 minutes off the clock, and on the 9th play, Isaiah Pacheco up the middle fumbles. Are you kidding me? He fumbles, and the Jaguars get the ball right back. So it's already a slop fest to begin the game. An onside kick recovery, and then a fumble for the Chiefs. The Chiefs' defense, however, would hold the Jaguars to a 4-play drive, 32 yards. They'd punt. The Chiefs get the ball back, and they don't play around this time. This one's 5 plays, and it would end with a Kadarius Toney touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kadarius Toney, obviously the guy that we had just picked up at the trade deadline 2 weeks ago. He played his first game with us last week, got maybe 2 or 3 plays, and he gets his first touchdown pass as an NFL player. I didn't even know this. Kadarius Toney with his first career touchdown pass. He was a baller, a star at the University of Florida, and there were very high expectations for Toney with the Giants, but turns out probably lied about his injuries just a little bit to avoid playing with the Giants. But he's on the Chiefs now, got his first touchdown. It's the first touchdown of the game. The Chiefs are up 7-0. The Jaguars are then held to a 3-and-out. Trevor Lawrence is sacked on 3rd and 7 by Chris Jones and Carlos Dunlap, and the Chiefs get the ball back. And they don't do anything with it because they would punt, and now the Jaguars get the ball back. So here we go. Now the Jaguars with the ball to start the second quarter. They would get to the Kansas City 33. They would line up Patterson for a 51-yard field goal, and he would miss it wide left. So the Jaguars miss a field goal, so the Chiefs get the ball at their own 41. It doesn't take them long. 32-yard play by Kadarius Toney, 9-yard run for Isaiah Pacheco. And then on 2nd and 1 of the Jacksonville 18, Patrick Mahomes finds Marquez Valdes-Scantling in the end zone for the touchdown. It is MVS's first touchdown as a Kansas City Chief. Took long enough. He's one of our main receivers this year, so, week 10 seems a little bit late for him to be getting his first touchdown, but better late than never, they say. 14-0. Kansas City. The next 3 drives between the Chiefs and the Jaguars would result in punts. The Chiefs get the ball back with 3 minutes, 21 seconds left in the half. They drive downfield, 86 yards in just 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and they get the touchdown. It's a 13-yard pass to Noah Gray, the tight end for Patrick Mahomes, and it is a slugfest at this point. It is 20-0, Kansas City nearing halftime. But get this, after this Noah Gray touchdown, you're not going to believe what happened. It actually came as a shock to a lot of people that Harrison Butker actually missed the PAT. Can you believe it? This really blew my mind. It was so shocking. 2 weeks in a row now that Harrison Butker has missed a PAT. He's not injured. He's not hurt. He's not doing crack in the locker room pre-game as far as I know or the public knows. He just can't make PATs. It's consistent. It's almost every week. This is 2 weeks in a row now. And just the way I see it, right? If you can't make a PAT consistently in the NFL, you shouldn't be in the NFL. That's just the way I see it. 2nd week in a row now, I'm all aboard the cut Butker train. I'm done with him. He had his moments. He had his highlights. He had his good times with the Chiefs. Those good times are far gone. He's too inconsistent. He's too unreliable. He misses PATs. You can't have that in the NFL. I'm ready to ditch Butker and find somebody new. PAT failed from Butker, 20-7 Chiefs. The Jaguars, with only 46 seconds left in the half, go 61 yards in just 35 seconds to get the touchdown. It's a Christian Kirk pass from Trevor Lawrence for 3 yards, and the Jaguars are on the board nearing halftime. It's 27. The Chiefs on the first play with just, it's only 11 seconds left. The Chiefs, okay, they're probably just going to get this kick, get tackled at the 20 or whatever, and take a knee and go into halftime, right? No, this is what happens. Jody Fortson recovers the kick from Patterson. He runs it to the KC 32, and it is fumbled. He fumbles it. Are you really? Really? 11 seconds left in the half, and you're going to do that. You're going to fumble it and give the Jaguars a field goal opportunity right there in our territory. Are you kidding? Just so sloppy. The Jaguars, they would do one play. They would give a short pass to Zay Jones, and they would get up to the Kansas City 23. This should be a sure thing. Field goal, right? It's 41 yards for Patterson, and it's wide left. Patterson, for the 2nd time in this game, misses a field goal. And at this point, this game has just turned into who has the shittier kicker. 27 Chiefs at halftime. Let me mention, at this point in the game, Juju Smith-Schuster is out for the rest of the game. A surefire concussion. How did he get this concussion? Well, linebacker Andre Cisco for the Jacksonville Jaguars, he just laid a dirty hit. It's dirty as it gets. Defenseless receiver. Helmet-to-helmet contact. No call. No penalty. Nothing. And now us Chiefs fans anxiously wait to see the results of the injury, the extent of how bad it is. Is he going to be fine to return next week? Is he going to miss multiple games? Is he perhaps even done for this season? We're going to have to wait and see. But disappointing for the ref crew here that we did not get a penalty for this. Cisco, not too long after this, would lay yet another dirty hit, this time on Marquez Valdes-Scantling. It wasn't direct helmet-to-helmet contact, but it was undoubtedly launching to initiate contact. It was just trying to lay a hard hit. Was it legal? You answer that question. This one was more up in the air. The Juju hit certainly wasn't legal. This one's a little bit more questionable. Still, however, I'd say a dirty hit. Now, if Clete Blakeman's crew or Carl Sheffer's crew was officiating this game, Cisco would have had his second unnecessary roughness, and he would have been ejected after the hit on Marquez Valdes-Scantling. No question. But what I say last week, it was a primetime game, Sunday Night Football against the Titans. Yeah, of course, they're going to throw flags left and fucking right because the viewers need to stay engaged. They need the revenue. They need, the NFL needs their entertainment. So more flags, closer game, more engagement from the audience. It's just how it works. Today was a Sunday 1 o'clock game. It was pretty meaningless as far as audiences go, just a normal 1 o'clock game. So, of course, they had an officiating crew that was the complete opposite of Clete Blakeman last week. This official crew not calling a damn thing all day, which I tend to like a lot more than the official crews who throw because it's like, come on, let the boys play. But it's just when things are obvious and I would have been able to say, hey, yeah, that's illegal. Like I could have been in that position and thrown a flag. That's what I have a problem with. And, I like the relaxed officials who just, let the players play. But when things are obvious, things need to be called. And that just didn't happen with this crew. There was 2 dirty hits. In my opinion, 2 dirty hits from Andre Cisco, the Jaguars linebacker, and instead of, 2 unnecessary roughnesses leading to an ejection, he gets away completely free. Not a single call on either of these 2 hits. And so now we have to wait to see if Juju's going to be okay yet to play anytime soon. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating when there's no discipline whatsoever. Now, I don't doubt that Cisco will get fined by the National Football League in the coming days for at least the first hit on Juju, but in the moment, action has to be taken, and there just wasn't any accountability for it in this scenario, and it was frustrating. To start the second half, the Jaguars would receive the ball. They would have a 17-play, 9-minute, 14-second drive, a very, very long drive, which was notable considering the fact that they had short drives all day, really short. I mean, under 3 minutes consistently. This one is over 9 minutes. They would end up settling for a 35-yard field goal. Patterson actually made it this time, which was pretty impressive. 35 yards, man, for an NFL kicker, 35 yards is really far, so hats off to Patterson for, being able to clutch up and get that field goal. The first 2 were really hard for him, so. The Chiefs get the ball back, 10 plays, 5 minutes, 75 yards. Touchdown. Travis Kelce from Patrick Mahomes, 7-yard pass. Extra point is good, thank God. 27-10 Chiefs. So at this point, it's pretty much, it's nearing the definition of a blowout. The Jaguars get the ball back, 3 minutes off the clock. They punt. The Chiefs get the ball back, and Mahomes would try to, pull off some typical Mahomes magic, and he did get away with it for a little bit until he got a little too cute and threw an interception to the guy that laid 2 dirty hits, Andre Cisco. Cisco picks up the interception. Mahomes kind of gift wrapped this one to him, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't a very good throw. Just trying to get a little cute with it. Knew he was up by 17 points. Fourth quarter, there's room for error at this point in the game. So, unfortunately, it's picked off. The Jaguars would turn that into a 2-minute, 29-second, 8-play, 54-yard touchdown drive. It's a Christian Kirk pass from Trevor Lawrence, 19 yards. Patterson makes the point after. It's a really, really good performance for these 2 kickers today. I know I keep mentioning it, but both these kickers played very, very good. There were only a combined 3 misses from short distances, so I'd say that's pretty successful for these 2 guys. Chiefs get the ball back, and on 3rd and 7, the Chiefs are just playing really sloppy. They're kind of just snoozing. This is what they do when they're up by a couple of possessions late in the game. They just kind of snooze and play lazy. They don't try to put the game away. They just, try to tick time off the clock. So on 3rd and 7, right, if something happens here, the Jaguars could very well get themselves back in this game. Mahomes passes deep, 36 yards. To Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and this was the best catch of the day. One-handed, in traffic, 2 defenders on him, Mahomes off the back shoulder, just an incredible play. Remarkable. And it was so encouraging to see Marquez Valdes-Scantling have a play like this, because he's a guy who, in his NFL career, has not been a star receiver. He's been kind of that wide receiver 2 guy, and he gets his moments, but he's never been a star. And so when you have guys like him having plays like this, really encouraging to see. Just an incredible play from MVS here. And that play would keep this drive alive. The Chiefs would get to a 4th and 2 position at the Jacksonville 43 with 2 minutes and 56 seconds left. The Chiefs elected to go for it. They were having enough with the silly business, I suppose, and they decided that they were going to put the game away. So that's exactly what they did. Patrick Mahomes, short pass to Travis Kelce, 4-yard gain, and it's a first down, and that ended the game, essentially. 3rd and 4 at the Jacksonville 33, a minute left. They get the first down again. They're able to kneel it from there, and it's a 27-17 final. My biggest takeaway from this game was that it wasn't a complete game from the Chiefs. There was still a lot of sloppiness on both sides of the ball, and when you only have 7 points combined in the second half, this is a team with high standards when it comes to scoring. I expect more than 7 points in an entire half. And I get that you were up by a lot at that point, but you got to be better than that. You got to score more. But no, overall, it was a good game. The Chiefs just kind of ran away with it early-ish on, and it wasn't really that interesting come halftime. So, with that being said, let me know what you think about this game. I'll catch you next week. Chiefs, Chargers on primetime Sunday Night Football. I'll catch you then. Go Chiefs. Peace out.
And that's about the time she walked away from me.